Finally, we'll get something.
That's kind of what I thought.
Dale this time?
Hey, John. The big water one, this is their second.
Like I said, we can put him on the record, but as I understood it, I was taking care of.
Immediately.
Some state questions or maybe a Medicaid. I just didn't take the action. I advised them to, I gave them what I thought was the answer, and I advised them to call their attorney and extension.
Good evening and welcome to the Monday, November 24th, 2025 meeting of the Martinsville Board of Works and Safety. The meeting is hereby called to order. Mr. Merida, would you please call roll?
Kelly Bray,
Present.
Mayor Costin,
Present.
John Lillywhite.
Present.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. Prior to tonight's meeting, you received copies of the Monday, November 10th meeting. Are there any additions or corrections to the minutes?
None from me, Mayor.
None for me. I'll make a motion that we accept them.
I will second that.
Been a motion made and seconded to approve the minutes as presented. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The motion carries. First on the agenda tonight is unfinished business. Mr. Dunn.
Yes, sir. This is regards to a double at 1149, 1159 East Gray Street. They had, this is for 8/21/25 through 9/22, so 1 month billing. The requested amount, adjusted amount was $308.52. The reason for the request was pipe was broken under the crawl space, was repaired by my manager, Steve Lane. There was a question, how many claims had he had? And I was wrong. I said, I thought it was one that had rolled into 2 months. It was actually 2 other claims. One was, application was made 12/11/24, so a little less than a year ago. The requested adjusted amount was $383.96. That was granted. And it was a water leak at the shutoff valve, which was repaired by Hudson Plumbing. And the invoice was $689 on that repair. And you all approved it on 12/23. And then there was one other one. The application was made in August of this year for $226.32. The reason for the request, water leak through a broken pipe and was repaired again by his manager, Steve Lane. And that was approved August of 25. August 25 of 25. So those are the facts. And I think you had wanted Mr. Tran to appear if he was available. I don't know if he's here. Nope. So those are the facts as I know them to be.
Do you have any idea, Mac, You know, I'm always a little suspicious when it's a landlord. And I mean, go on record, I've been a landlord, so I know how this goes. When I see multiple things like this, it's because a lot of times it's just not getting fixed right the first time, or it's not being maintained. Do you know enough about this to know if that applies there, or?
He's had quite, well, I think more than his fair share of plumbing issues there. I think he should have appeared tonight. He was notified, he was asked to appear.
His address, yeah, his address looks like Kentucky.
Owensburg?
Or he could have asked Mr. Lane, to show up if he couldn't appear.
Perhaps giving us a call or an email or something.
Yeah. No, to be honest with you, it does seem like quite a bit in less than 12 months. And
It was a hard winter.
and it's kind of hard to question when they say, well, my manager repaired it. So there's one time where there was actually an invoice from a plumbing company, and then 2 times where this guy repaired it.
So is John the owner? John True is the owner
Mhm.
of the duplex?
Yes, ma'am. Absentees, yeah. He lives, I believe, down south.
And so the water bill is in his name?
Correct.
Yeah, I guess my concern is when landlords aren't keeping up their properties, and then the city ultimately is subsidizing that by letting them off the hook when stuff breaks and all of that. So I think my vote would be to not approve this, especially in light of him not showing up or sending representation or even an email or something.
I would agree.
So,
I would motion that we decline the application presented.
And I'll second it.
we have a motion made and seconded to decline the sewer adjustment for 1149 to 1159 East Gray Street. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, no. Mr. Dunn, would you make sure that Mrs. Staggs gets a hold of him and lets him know that we've denied that and why?
I will.
Thank
I
you.
hate doing that.
I do too.
Like, it just makes me not feel good.
Mr. Porter?
Good evening, Board. This evening, you have it before you an agreement for services with Pros Consulting, Inc. This is for the development of a master park plan for all park systems. We are required to have a master park plan if we wish to apply for any grants from DNR and other related services. So our current plan expired, so we had to, we are in the process of getting this updated and go for the next 5 years in a long-range vision. The process that we went through, we put out a call for qualifications. We received 8 responses. The committee met, narrowed it down to 4, and then we did in-person interviews with those 4. And of the 4, they felt that Pros best met the site of what the committee had. And so this contract is for $48,080 without enhancements, and if they were to do enhancements, it would put it right at about $68,000 total. That's still very reasonable. It was still less than any of the other contracts that or agreements that we were presented. So that is the recommendation of the committee, and it was made up of representatives of the park board as well as the community and City Hall.
Mac, aside from keeping us compliant so that we can apply for grants, is this a document that we have historically used to do anything else? I mean, do we actually use it for developing programs or anything like that?
Let me answer your question this way. The document is there for us to refer to in our long-range planning. If it's been done in the past, I can't speak to that, but the intent is to have this document with a long-range plan. It will, the development of it will include public input. It will include surveys through various mediums, if it be Facebook, if it be Google, if it be whatever. So it's not just something they're going to sit in a room and write. There will be community input as to what this community wants to see in their park system over the next 5 years.
Yeah, I was gonna say, when I read through this document, that was what came to mind was, okay, we're doing all of this and spending some money. Seems like pretty good information. Now, whether or not it gets used,
Yeah.
that's a whole different story.
And it will be used by the city as well as by the Parks Department in our guiding of our park development over the next 5 years and enhancement of what we have and or replacement.
So you've mentioned 5 years a couple of times. I'm assuming this is good for 5 years before it expires?
It better be. From the date that it's completed, it's supposed to be from 5 years from that point forward in a long-range view.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries. Mr. Dunn?
Yep. Change order. Everybody loves change orders, but I think this one is actually justified, but you three will be the judge. The total for this change order is $17,472. There's two parts to it. The first part is $13,272. And in the material that was given to you, you see pictures like that of a grate in front of the pump house. The original design was fine. The problem is the normal flow. This is Nutter Ditch. It comes into, I'm sorry, let me back up. It's the south levee. It's at the pump house. It's where the Nutter Ditch comes in. There's a grate that catches debris. In flood times, when the water's real high, you really want that grate down to catch the debris so it doesn't get into the pumps. But in normal conditions, and there's debris constantly coming down these ditches, you want it to be able to get through and go on through, whether it be little pieces of wood, corn, whatever from the fields. So we, the city, decided to have a section of that where it could be raised and lowered. And in a time of an emergency, when the river is rising, we'll put that down to keep the debris out. We will be checking, and we have started checking that grate every week. We got to keep that clear. We got to keep it clear underneath where the pumps are. Just a little side note, we had a meeting there Friday, and it was very impressive, that pump house. There's 3 pumps, and they're float activated. So in a case of a real flood emergency, we make sure that that gate is down. And as the water rises from Nutter Ditch, you want to get that water out. But there's no way to do it because we're going to close the gates on the far side to keep the water from the river coming back into the city. So we close the gates, and those pumps, one of them can pump 7,000 gallons a minute. Jeez. So in 3 to 4 minutes, you can empty a family in-ground pool. That's the power of those pumps. And then as the water rises, depending on what's going on, the second pump will kick on, and boy, if the third pump kicks on, Katie barred the door, we've really got a problem. But we're prepared for, so anyway, we wanted to modify that grate so we could open it up during just normal flow. That was $13,272. There's another portion, $4,200, and that was to install a wider access gate on the north levee so the farmers can cross and get to their fields Again, this is something that the city has agreed to do. We want to be a good neighbor to our neighbors up north. So that was the cost to install. The original gate was going to be 15 feet. And some of this farm equipment is so wide and so big. So it's a 20-foot gate there that again allows them to cross and work their fields. So in total, it's $17,472.
I don't have any questions on that.
I don't either. I mean, it sounds more like a needed order, not a change order.
I would motion that we approve the change order from Banning. I don't know if it has a number.
7.
Yeah, change order number 7.
I'll second it.
Motion made and seconded to approve change order number 7 to the amount of $17,472. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries. Also, prior to tonight's meeting, you were sent copies of the claims for consideration. Any comments or questions?
No?
No.
I'm gonna get it right this time. I see you smiling over there.
I'll make a motion, we accept the claims.
I'll second that motion.
Motion made and seconded to approve the claims as presented this evening. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The motion carries.
When are we gonna do the claims? Is that coming up next?
Sewer adjustments, we have 4 tonight. 110 East Morgan Street, $507.83. 1600 Williamsburg Court, $676.72. 440 to 446 South Graham Street, $9.01. 950 Cloverleaf Court, $6,324.74.
Mac, just for the record, I reached out to investigate the large one later last week. Would you mind just sharing what you shared?
This is Heather Heights Apartments. There's 99 units, there's 2 buildings. So the building we're talking about that had the leak has 51 apartments in it. It's got a fairly large water line coming into it. So when it has a break, you go through a lot of water. The average utility bill, this is water, sewer, everything, for this building is $2,700 a month. That's what it averages. With this water break in September, and they were good. They were on it trying to fix it before we even notified them. So they got on it. That bill for that month was $12,076.64. The breakdown, $2,955 was water and $8,859 was sewer. So it was a huge, huge bill. You know, when you're used to paying $2,700. So because of the way they reacted, they didn't drag their feet. They did their job, and that's the facts behind it.
No, I fully agree. I did want it to be on the record. I don't have any questions, Kelly, anything?
No.
Then I would motion that we approve the sewer applications, or sewer adjustment applications as presented.
And I'll second it.
Been a motion made and seconded to approve the sewer adjustments as presented this evening. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The motion carries. The next regular meeting of the Board of Works and Safety will be on Monday, December 8th, 2025, 6:30 here in the council chambers. We are adjourned.
Mayor, just a heads up, I will not be here the second meeting for December.
The 22nd.
Yeah, so if you don't mind doing all the hard, difficult, unpleasant things, then that would be great.
Well, that's one company that said about the year.
Yeah, what are you talking about? Believe me, I've shouldered.
I know, but so he won't be here tonight, but So,